Here we go. Start live on Binance. And refresh it to see if we are all there. Yes, I believe we are online, and I'm going to play our countdown video for about 30 seconds, and then we are going to officially start our AMA session. GM, everyone, welcome to our live show across different social media platforms. This is definitely a GM because for me it's like 7 a.m. right here in East Coast America. Very early and pumping, yes, because as we see the overall market situation is really, really hype, right? And we're very happy to have our two good friends, Arthur from SocialScan and Emily from Linear, joining us today for this great AMA session. And first thing first, we would like to invite Arthur to introduce yourself and SocialScan to us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I thought Lydia first, but yeah, this is Arthur, CEO and co-founder of SocialScan. Previously the team actually spent close to a decade building AI product in Web 2, and now we're actually building AI in Web 3. We're building what we call community-owned AI. That's really gonna, we hope to help users understand on-chain data a lot easier. And what's making it unique is really, we have pretty much infinite interoperabilities, allowing developers like product developers and app developers to customize their own AI agents to interact with users directly. So yeah, we'll introduce more, but back to Moonlight. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Arthur, for the intro. And this is the second time that Arthur joining us at our Malaysia across different social media platform. And we also want to welcome Emily from Linear. Yeah, we have seen your interviews on the Linear Twitter handle for multiple times, and so glad to finally have you over here. Emily, would you like to introduce yourself and Linear to our audience? Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Emily. I do developer relations for Linea, which obviously I guess ties into I do a lot of stuff live streaming as well. So that's me. But I work for Linea. So if you guys aren't familiar with the project, we are a layer 2, a ZK rollup bootstrapped by Consensus. A bit of like fun facts, I guess, about Linea, right? We are ZK. So we're secured by zero knowledge technology. Other things that are really interesting is we are the only multi-client layer 2. We have the fastest snarks. It's an open source project utilized like now across the industry as well. So that's our in-house team. And then from like an ecosystem perspective, I think we are really excited about working with projects like SocialScan, and also being able to leverage kind of the entire power of the Consensus ecosystem behind our brand. So obviously that includes like MetaMask, but also Infura and other things like that. But yeah, that's Linea in a nutshell.
Bravo. Thank you so much, Emily. Actually, yesterday I was on Linea's Discord server to talk about Ultiverse as well, because I believe both SocialScan and Ultiverse participate both in this campaign around Linea Park, and which is very popular recently. And we will definitely talk about that later during today's CME session. First, we're going to go to our very first topic over here and like to continue our discussion with Arthur to talk about SocialScan, because you say that it's AI, but it's community-owned AI. What does that mean? Do you mind to elaborate more with that? And how could community own our AI? Thank you.
Yeah. I think last time we had a more of a high-level introduction, but definitely really good question, by the way. Community-owned really means it's owned by the community, and we're envisioning ourselves to be building a what we call public goods infrastructure. The reason behind it is actually a little bit obvious, because if you think about Web3, first of all, there are so many blockchains, and every single piece of data or transaction on that blockchain is already democratized. meaning anyone is owned by individual users, and also anyone can actually access these blockchains. That means, and coming from an AI background, right? Like AI lives or consumes or thrives on data. So if one, like me, who's an AI, kind of a practitioner for the past 10 years, coming to Web3 and build AI, the first thing coming to my mind is really, there's such a huge amount of data network, which is also very dynamic, increasing in this so-called niche of Web3. But nobody else has really, taken a really strong shot in building a kind of a publicly shared AI plus data infrastructure that any developers or any protocols, any individuals can actually leverage on this shared infrastructure. And obviously, that's gonna lower the cost for everybody in the industry by a lot. But second, I think the more importantly is really to allow users and developers to keep on, keep up with the pace with this highly dynamic and fast-paced Web3 industry. Simply because more developers contributing to the same infrastructure, that's obviously gonna prevent a lot of repeated works, like reinventing all the wheels inside every single application. To give you an example, right? I think one of the simplest feature one could imagine in Web3 is really with any sort of wallet applications. One should be able to see their assets, different type of assets, NFT, ERC20, 721, 404, inscription, within that wallet, right? And also, hopefully they can actually get access to their social network, right? On Filecaster, Lens Protocol, and many others. But for any developers to think about this problem, it's actually super hard because if you need to multiply all these assets and social network data protocols by 100 or maybe 1,000 rollups in near future, right? So that infrastructure cost is immense by any developers. So that's why we think this complication is gonna keep on adding up. Although it's very to me it's a very straightforward feature to have by any wallet applications plus SocialFi and GameFi application, right? But that's why we decide, hey, like today is also a very interesting day, right? Like we just saw the Dunkun update today, and I always say we're at the tipping point where the on-chain transaction, on-chain data is gonna be explosive, increase at exponential rate starting from today. So that's why I think whatever SocialScan is building, we call it Hamara protocol, is actually of vital importance to the industry. And then for AI, whenever you think about the explosive amount of information, then AI is should be of help, right? Like to help any user to sift through this vast amount of on-chain data and get the the desired information they want across different chains in real time as well. Yeah, so that's why we call it community built owned, because many of the infrastructure from different layers are going to be sufficiently decentralized in a way. I'm not going to go into details, but it's crypto native and also operate powered by tokenomics, et cetera, and also miners can actually join the network by providing computing resources, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Moonlight. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Arthur. And for friends who hasn't known Arthur for a while, he is a founder and CEO at SocialScan, and also he went to Stanford to study PhD program and then build and sold AI to WeChat, Pinterest, and Amex, huge companies, right? And so definitely from Web 2 to Web 3, you keep focusing on AI development and respect. Thank you. And then we would like to invite Emily to also talk about Linea, as we know that for a majority of our Web3 years, right? That is a great platform for people who wanted to do some tasks and earn points, right? Do you mind also share us what's Linea's significance within the context of your project? What else that you really wanted to do other than growing a lot of followers and also inviting a lot of different projects to your platform and create tasks? Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't quite track the question. Are you saying why do we do this, or why?
Other than those tasks that has been quite popular within the Web3 space, what are other like significant focus that Linia really wanted to do?
Yeah. I mean, so obviously, right, like the first thing is why do we do the tasks?
Mm-hmm.
It's to drive users to give feedback to projects like SocialScan and bring eyeballs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tasks, or like I guess you could say voyages, are one way of us kind of creating that kind of engagement. But I think outside of that, right, there's also Linea's doing a lot of stuff with regards to IRL engagements. So this is actually really fun. I believe SocialScan, you guys were with us in Shanghai. So in celebration of the Denkun upgrade that happened yesterday, we've been throwing, I guess you could say, worldwide parties in a sense. I mean, and you can earn points for those as well. But the intention of it, right, was one, to celebrate that Denkun's happening. This is going to mean cheaper prices for everybody. We're like building on an L2, right? But then also give a chance to highlight our partners again and bring on them, and like have people like Arthur talk about all the smart things that they're doing that I am not able to explain and things like that. We also engage in things like hackathons. So, like from the developer side, we're highly engaged in finding early builders. To that extent, we also have things like the Linea Builders Club, which recently launched as in today, which is it's invite only, I guess, for now, because we want to make sure we have like only devs, and we judge based on your GitHub kind of activity in order to join. But again, like another place I think also where the Linea team is there, like me or head of marketing, other people to provide mentorship, I think, to early builders, as well as like there's a lot of developer products too that have things like private beta and early preview, where we're like, we have these amazing connections, like join the builders club because we're going to be able to bring you on and create those kinds of relationships, right? And then other than that, I mean, you could say just in general, focus on the tech, or like our cryptographers, our engineers are constantly building. It's very frustrating for me because I feel like other L2s are really good about putting out like blogs and like writing technical posts about like why their tech is super awesome. And I'm like, hey, I don't know. Like, I can help people, I guess, refine whatever they're working on, but I can't explain like our ZK circuit library without like someone from the research side actually telling it to me. So sometimes I'll be able to like pull them off into a conversation and force them to talk, but dude, they're just always working, always shipping, never and never have time to be loud and proud about it. But yeah. So I think to that extent too, right? Just like focusing on the tech. Denkun came out March 13th, so that was yesterday. And I don't know, Linea team is working on like actually leveraging that, which we can probably expect towards the end of this month, which is pretty fast turnaround. So yeah, excited.
Nice. Thank you so much, Emily. And you also has become the face of Linia, right? And so yeah, the community recognize you and also respect you that we could see you both online and also in real life, which is really great. And just like you say, Linia is not just for the course summit, but you really wanted to also connect people, right? In real life as well. And so friends, if you happen to be close to a IRL event with Linia, be sure to go there because I saw lots of pictures from your East Denver uh, event and you gave away a lot of merches. Oh my goodness. That is certainly, Linia merch. I wanted it.
Yeah, very good. They're all
Yeah.
black shirts with just the lineal word, which is like a type of merch I would wear. The fancy, like colorful ones, I don't. But I'm like, it's a black T-shirt. I will wear it.
That's
Yeah,
very
last week I was at the Shanghai party, right? Hundreds of people showed up, and everybody wanted a piece of linear merch, which I got one. So very lucky.
nice. Okay, next definitely we'll go to IRL event just for grabbing some merch from Linia and friends. So don't miss it because they have really done a lot. And also I also have to say that just like yesterday when I was at Linia's Discord server that I totally host. I think his name was Pipey or CP. Yeah, and he asked why we chose to participate in Linear Park campaign, right? I say we actually, our ecosystem, Oliver ecosystem actually started to participate Linear Voyage last year. And even when one of our ecosystem projects, MetaMerge, was quite small, right? We only had like 60,000 followers at the time, but Linear at the time already close to 1 million followers still accept us. So I always feel grateful that as a huge ecosystem, Linear is willing to embrace a lot of project, whether it's small or big, right? To make them to be able to discovered by a lot of your ecosystem users. That's really amazing. And this is definitely super, super important for smaller scale projects to grow larger, right? And within a short time frame, I remember at the time we got over 158,000 unique wallet addresses visiting our game, within probably just 9 days of the campaign during the Linear Voyage. So always grateful. And this year, our Ultipilot has attracted over 1.67 million unique wallet addresses. And we still, very happy to be able to be part of the Linear Park campaign. And we are up this week as well. So very exciting. And that's
definitely want to chime in here actually. So because SocialScan just came out of Social Week last week. As a founder and builder, super appreciate this opportunity. Because through last week, right, we were able to grow our social media by like 3 times.
Wow.
On one side, and also got like over 200K on-chain users. And we look at these wallet addresses, right? Many of them are very experienced users. Meaning high quality experienced Web3 users as well, and alongside all these marketing support and ecosystem support, there's one more thing I want to point out, from Linear as well. So as some of you may know, like there's a Verax protocol or a Proof of Humanity protocol, built pioneered by Linear. Initially I didn't get to the full extent what you guys were trying to build until I actually had the opportunity to chat with the owner, like Simon, and I realized it could become such an immensely powerful protocol for not just Linear itself, but more for broader Web3 ecosystem. Because when people think about proof of humanity, it's really, hey, how do you prove that you are human? But I think it's much more than that. For example, I just came off a call with Simon again like 1 hour ago, and one of the conclusions we discovered is really to allow Linear users from Linear Park to really claim or like attest their social media like Twitter blue mark in a particular protocol, and we think that's gonna really help construct a lot of the social trust, right? But because imagine whenever you walk into a new dApp, and like especially social dApp, right? When somebody with a hash, right, reaching out to you with a message, I mean, there's no way I can trust these people. But if I see a Twitter blue mark or even their verified Twitter accounts, and can cross-verify with a well-known platform like Twitter, then suddenly that that trust barrier is gonna get lowered by a lot. And Verax and also POH, I think can drive this initiative where allow legitimate users from Web3 to really connect on their Web2 identity first to Web3, building that initial trust. And this trust can actually expand beyond Linear, right, through different dApp, different social media, etc., as one of the first initiatives to really drive up the on-chain reputation, which is super aligned with what we do at SocialScan and the Hamara protocol. So that's why internally we're actually developing a Verax, what we call it agent. So that really allows any Web3 user to come in and see their on-chain reputation. If people feel interested, they can actually attest through social like Twitter blue mark, and maybe join Linear Park events to really starting to gain more social reputation, activity, on-chain reputation, in the broader scope, right? So everything comes back in a nice way. Just want to point out because it's it's gonna be a heads up, because at the end of the Linear Park, there's gonna be some surprise event that we'll do together with Linear Park. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
exciting. I'm so glad you pointed out Verax. It is actually a very cool project.
Yes.
We, like, I guess put it out as like a bounty of like build with Verax on as part of ETH Denver. There's some really interesting projects that came out of it. I know like one of them was leveraging Verax to attest to like the I don't want to say like the goodness, but like the purity of like an AI data set basically, and like getting them peer reviewed as well. So like the wallets peer reviewing themselves have scores, and then like you can imagine building upon that of like, okay, well, like these wallets attested to this data set being a good thing, and if the data set gets flagged as like malicious later or something, then that can also contribute back into their score. And anyways, it's all public information too, right? And then it's also open source, so it's like not limited just Linea, which I'm really excited about, right? I think it's also deployed on Arbitrum, is my understanding. But we're getting off topic. I guess I'll let you take it back. I want to nerd out with Arthur.
Sure, we you know that itself deserves another probably AMA next month. So
yeah.
Of course, yeah, let's do it again, and then talk more topics that we couldn't have time to share complete with our audience over here. And so far, we have over 1,000 live audience right now watching us on Binance Live. And so since we talk about the Linea Park campaign, right? Let's we are curious on last week, and Arthur, you mentioned that actually SocialScan joined the Social Week, right? Do you mind to let us know how was the campaign about from SocialScan? And also, because I remember if we missed it last week, we still could complete all the tasks in the end, right? The very last week.
Yes.
If you don't mind to share the screen and show us how to do it, that would be great as well. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I think let me give a kind of summary for what happened last week, right? To be honest, I think last week was a total surprise to us, right? Like because the participants, the enthusiasm, the tendency of the people whoever joined the campaign was really off the charts to our understanding. Although the team was really prepared, but it definitely was a busy week. But at the same time, I would say it's such a good decision to have joined Linea Park from a founder's perspective, because it really helped us to jumpstart the project by a lot, and the team is super excited to work closer with Linea ecosystem in future as well, and not just that, but also kind of give back to the ecosystem. Right, like to the users and other products, and you will see we'll do that in near week as well. As for the campaigns, like I gotta say, like what we during the social week, we are one of the most complicated one across all the 8 tasks, but it also made it a little bit more fun, I would say. Let me pull up the screen and show you guys. Yeah, for example, once you log on to a layer 3, actually, why don't I pull it up? Sorry, I was showing only one tab.
I definitely wanted to see how difficult it is or how complicated it is.
Yeah. I mean, this is layer 3 is very nicely built Linea Park Voyage interface, right? I mean, I was super impressed to see this. And this week is Experience the East, where I don't think our friends at Ultiverse and also Ultiverse, they're both listed here. Ultipilot, this is the one. And if you want to join, for example, SocialScan's task, you just click on it. And we have our the goddess of daylight, whose name is Hamara, that's shown here. And then you can actually click into individual tasks. And one of those is really sign up for SocialScan, which is going to lead you to our activity page. And it's the complication starts from here, because we actually require every single user to not only connect their wallet, but also join Discord, connect their Discord, connect their Twitter, and even leave an email address here. For those of you who are very sensitive to privacy, you can leave any email address here. So we don't really check whether or not you own it. But in reality, actually, most people just type in their email, because we think it's a really good way to keep the community engaged up and updated about what we are up to. And then once you finish these tasks, we already did it, right? So you will be prompted with a invitation code, which leads you to the sign up page. And then we automatically check your wallet address, whether or not it already has the invitation code. But last week, we actually didn't check it automatically, so people were keep asking about where's the invitation code all the time. There's sometimes, people were like, hey, I just accidentally closed that pop-up window. So our Discord, at least have, I don't know, probably like 100,000 messages about where's my code. But in week 6, this problem is actually fixed. It is actually fixed now. So once you connect your wallet, we will check whether or not you already have the invitation code and automatically detect that. In this case, we actually allow users to just keep coming and mean some badge here. We just want to keep it simple from here on, right? And you can actually say, you can actually see there are over 200,000 users or holders, all of whom minted at least one badge. Some people actually minted more. I don't know why, but they actually minted more than just one. And then in order to qualify for the next badge, which we call linear gun, you have to follow 5 other holders. We just want to very briefly showcase the social elements of our products. You just follow 5 users, and then you can actually claim this second badge, where I believe over 200,000 users actually claim that badge. And you can actually check their profiles. For example, this guy has a ENS and also a Twitter account connected. So, and they choose to showcase their Twitter account, right? So, and you can actually see their Twitter information. And as I briefly mentioned, right, we're thinking about a test the Twitter blue mark here, so that it's gonna add more validity to all these accounts in near future. Yeah, this is really a brief demo, but there's so much more to be explored. I didn't have time to showcase the AI agent stuff, but maybe next time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we certainly do hope that next time you could also talk about AI agent, because that's fun. And then we wanted to also ask Emily to share some highlights of Linear Park this time, especially. Yeah, we know that Linear has lots of experience, right, in terms of organizing huge campaigns. What's the difference between Linear Park and all other previous campaigns? Thank you.
Yeah, there's been quite a few voyages, right? So I think it's maybe interesting to start from the very beginning, right? So the very first voyage we ever had was the NFT testnet voyage. So that was before Linea even went mainnet. We wanted people to basically load test the network. And at that time it was also rewarding, or like, I guess, driving users towards dApps who were willing to deploy on us on testnet before mainnet even happened. And that's actually pretty significant, because if you're not on mainnet, you're not making real money, right? So like for a DeFi protocol to deploy on testnet for no reason and support it and all of that, was kind of just like a strange thing to do. But I think we were really fortunate that the testnet voyage also allowed us to onboard so many DeFi partners early on, right? But the way that was structured was basically we just had a bunch of things to do. And that was pretty much it. And a lot of people got really upset with that, right? Because it's just a lot of overhead. It wasn't very, I think, thoughtfully designed, and kind of hearing all that feedback we've gone through and iterated over time. I think the DeFi voyage, which was last year, was kind of the first iteration of the voyage that was really like, I guess, honed in the sense of we definitely reduced the number of tasks. Also, in order to like do it, we basically had like core tasks that you finish, and anything else was like bonus points as well, right? I think also the waves coming out was just, I don't know, it just had to be, it was just less painful essentially. And then when we came to Linear Park, right, that was kind of the next stage of like, this is a really cool evolution, right? So actually every time we do a voyage, we do it with a different partner, right? So we start with Galaxy, we did it Interact, and now we're doing layer 3. That is intentional, right? Because we are a chain, we want to be agnostic, don't pick kings, right? It also has been cool, like just interacting with the different interfaces and seeing what they can do. Like layer 3, building out that amusement park interface was beautiful for us. Layer 3, our amusement park is actually a little bit different this time because we added on some extra utility as well. So there's something called the VIP lounge, which is basically like if you're in the VIP lounge, at one point you can activate like double point system, and then when you actually interact with tasks, those tasks count for double the amount. I think this was a really creative use because, again, going back to the testnet voyage, that was a lot of pain. I'm gonna be honest, it was like everyone overloading girly, and because there's no, like, I guess financial disincentive because it's all fake testes, right? Like the amount of load was like it would take like Lydia got Lydia Gurley 10x the price of Ethereum Gurley because we were doing so many transactions. It was insane. But anyways, the point was it was a painful thing. We did NFTs for that instead of LXP, right? And so they think there was a lot of upset with like, oh, is I did all this work, is all I get an NFT? And the answer is no, right? And that's where we came out with like Linea XP and having a very like measurable way of seeing what contribution looks like, the NFT getting utility through that, as well as, an entry point into the VIP lounge, as another way to, like, I guess, reward our early users. And there's also a referral process as well, which is like totally new. There's a part of me that wants to like abuse my social following and be like, hey, use my referral code. But no. That's just for recommending your friends and family. I actually highly recommend it. I tell this story now because it was just amazing. I was at ETH Denver and I don't know, I think I already, Arthur, you were on a Twitter space with me where I already talked about this, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again, right? There was a grandma who came up to the Linea booth and was like, my son recommended that I do Linea Park if I'm curious about Web3. And now I'm doing it. I was like, oh my God, I'm not even doing Linea Park. I mean, that's more so because like I don't have time because I'm working on Linea Park. But like, it was really
So
cool.
funny.
I mean, I hope that her grandson used the referral code to refer his grandma, but no, it's really cool. I think there's definitely a lot of power in curating like a safe journey for not only like people who are already in the space, just like looking for different things to do, but also providing an opportunity for new entrants in the space and like guide them. Right? It's like, I want to play a Web3 game. That sounds interesting. Where do I find out about Web3 games, right? Unless you are somehow connected, that's not there. And so I think Layer 3 Linea Park has been a really cool kind of iteration of both like quest design, interface design, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
That's really nice, and yeah, great story. I even sending. Okay, next time I'm also going to send you my invitation code to my grandma as well to to give it a try. I'm willing to give my wallet to her as well. Yeah, as a whole pack. Nice, thank you, Emily. And since we talk about different quests, and of course want to focus on the rewards, right? And back to other, we know that SocialScan recently
Mhm.
is giving away invitation codes, right? What are those codes for? And also, we are also going to showcase SocialScan's invitation code giveaway, right? And other upcoming project on our campaign as well. Do you mind to share our audience regarding that? And is there also going to be an IRL event in Dubai pretty soon? Thank you.
Yeah, so regarding invitation code, I think it's a way to really have some sort of early access, invitation only access to early adopters of our community. At the same time, really kind of work with the early adopters to hone our product, to keep on improving our product. And to be honest, right, like whoever join our community and use our social mining and also discovery features and also talk to our upcoming agents, it's gonna help them gain more points, right? And we do have like a fixed conversion rate of the points to our future utility tokens. Because as our slogan says, right, like it's a community owned AI infrastructure. So that means whoever gave back to this community more or making more contribution to this infrastructure is definitely got more rewarded, right? We slowly unfold what we are cooking to the community, and in the beginning is really to educate the community about who we are and what we want to do, and then slowly we'll roll out more complicated features where people are actually coming and provide for example labelings to on-chain data, making it more legible to normal human, and that's gonna eventually help the large language model we are training, right? Because if you think about the tricky part about training a large language model who can understand on-chain data is really to have humans interpret the on-chain data first and provide that as a label or template so that AI can understand the same thing, right? But without humans doing the hard work in the beginning, providing training data constantly, it's going to be impossible, right, to build that AI. So that's why, at the same time, just looking at the sheer number of on-chain transactions in general, a lot of them those are now useful. Some of them are highly interesting, right? And how to actually identify those some interesting signals is going to be the key. And it's going to take a community effort for sure, but in the beginning the team is really to kind of build the tools and pieces as a way to get users, and lead them towards this kind of more like sufficiently decentralized AI infrastructure vision that we're envisioning. So yeah, that's in general like what the invitation calls are for. But at the same time, as we'll roll out very soon, we'll have like OG MT pass drop. And recently, the 404 standard is highly interesting, and we're actively evaluating those standards and looking to how to best proceed forward. But anyhow, I think the best way to keep updated is really to follow our Twitter and join our community, and or follow Moonlight as well, right? Over the next few months, we'll keep on chatting with Moonlight with different friends, and we'll share more insights as well. Yeah.
That is going to be great. Thank you so much. Yes, and I saw that, yeah, previously when I talked to April, right, she also mentioned there's a campaign going to happen in Dubai. Do you might also cover that as well? Thank you.
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be a online event because right
Oh,
now the time is very limited.
uh-huh.
Um, yeah, but the online event is gonna happen hopefully around the Easter festival, right? So that's a surprise we will have. So because it's a surprise, I'm not gonna say too much. But definitely we'll come back around that time to reward the community, and hopefully we can actually post something additional through as well. Including the Verex protocol that we were just talking about, right? As for offline event, I think the next one we're looking at is going to be ECC in general. So yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, lots and lots of events happening within the social scan project over here. And so let's talk about, yeah, similar question to Emily over here. We see that Linea's campaigns, yeah, having a point system, right? For people who might not really familiar with that, do you mind to explain what are those points for, and well, could they be combined throughout different campaigns or different voyage? Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't remember. I'm not too sure. I think the layer 3 points are a one-to-one conversion with Linea XP, but don't quote me on that because I'm not actually part of the points design. But I can tell you what Linea XP is, right? Which is kind of what all of these voyages are going to translate into. So Linea XP are soul-bound tokens that are only allocated for wallets that pass a proof of humanity through Verax, right? I think kind of after every voyage, there is like some sort of drop, like a token generation where we collate, the addresses that have participated and then like release the tokens to these wallets. Again, they are measures of your contribution, as well as, wallets that have passed proof of humanity. And I think the most important part, right, is like, I think a lot of people speculate on different projects, different chains, and things like that. And I like that Linea has taken this stance of just making it very transparent of what your speculation looks like. Because I think there's one thing about just like trying to encourage speculation versus like giving people a measurable impact. Um, Obviously, like yeah, and I guess that's basically what it is, right? It's just a measure of your contribution. They're sold out tokens, so you can't transfer them. But yeah, and you can collect XP through various programs like the voyages, the voyage waypoints, which are the IRL touch points, and then I believe we're also running some LXP campaigns with partners as well. But it is an iterative process. So LXP always the same. How we award LXP, I think, changes over time in the sense that the community is consistently giving us feedback, being like, this is too hard. Why are we doing it like this? This is dumb. And we're like, oh, yeah, you're right. And then, like, kind of fixing the way what contribution looks like. But, the total amount that's, like, I guess, dropped to your wallet that's how much. There is an LXP checker on Farcasters if you want to go to, like, Linea's Farcaster account. There's a Warpcast frame. You can check the balance. But I mean, otherwise I think you can just add the token to your MetaMask wallet and you'll see how many you have. I unfortunately don't have that much LXP because I don't have time. Because I'm working on the campaign. But that's fine. That's fine. I hope everyone else is participating because it's so incredibly important, really, like for dApps, like early dApps, later stage dApps, things like that. The feedback I get from partners has been amazing, and it just like would not be possible without, like, Linea does not exist if its users don't exist. You know what I mean? And I generally love Web3 in general because I think there's a really strong like protocol to user like cycle of value generation and like rewards, right? Versus a very extractive kind of economy that you see in traditional models. So yeah, that's LXP.
Thank you so much, Emily, for the answer. Yes, and I was chatting with Laura and Susie from Linea during the past weeks and checking out. So, what's the participant rate, right, for Linea Park? And they say they expect a lot this time. And yes, and it turns out that I think up to 600,000 unique wallet addresses has practically
Yeah,
each week.
so
Yeah.
last week the numbers got above 800K,
Wow.
1,000
Wow.
unique wallet addresses or unique users, not wallet addresses. I guess a user is a wallet address. So yes, 843K, and then there were over 11 million transactions during that time.
Wow.
So it's picking up. Yeah, I think people are excited for sure, and it's good to see that kind of a amount of engagement. I think definitely also picking up because of the bull run and people getting interested again, kind of in what's possible in the crypto space. But yeah.
Right. We also have seen a lot of new people joining the Web3 space and to explore it. And friends, yeah, once again, friend reminder, always be very cautious, right? Be sure to go to the official SocialScan and Linea website or, yeah, their official Twitter handle and click on the official links. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, protect your private keys and your C phrases because I believe, yeah, so far we have over 2,800 live views, and I believe, yeah, some friends are, yeah, new to Web3, right? Feel free to explore, but always be cautious. And next, we are going to go to our concluding part. We'd like to ask Arthur, what's the future development within SocialScan, and do you mind to share some upcoming campaigns with us as well? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I think near-term priorities include, continue participation of Linear Park. I believe everybody will, all the projects will come online on week 6. For us, there are a ton of improved, product features to reduce user friction, participation friction. That's one. But more importantly, I think new features are gonna get released, right? We're internally cooking a few agents, including, Celestia agents, Linear Verex agent, and some of other agents that we're building. When I say agents, it's slightly different from the usual chatbot agent that you experience, because our agent is really backed with kind of real-time on-chain data, so that it helps users navigate through what's going on with on-chain data, which I think is immensely powerful and important once we are there. So yeah, that's one very big campaign. And other than that, definitely look forward to Pilot campaign. Hopefully we'll be part of that as well. I know you guys have very amazing, participation and numbers. For us, because we literally just released kind of a private beta like through Linear Park. So this week is like second week that we come live. So we'd love to keep on pushing the community building and also get feedbacks directly from users. And then in April, I believe there's going to be quite interesting, collaboration and campaign with Verex. Still, ironing out the details, but definitely, our goal is really to help Verex and also Linear users to understand about on-chain, the importance of on-chain ID and reputation, which I think is going to be immensely helpful to any dApps that's coming to the space. Because right now, I think there's completely missing infrastructure in this front, and which is slowly becoming a major friction of mass adoption. In particular with social applications, right? I think even with gaming and the NFT space, it's still the case. Anywhere that has on-chain community will definitely need some sort of ID and reputation protocol. And there's a lot more. So if you're interested, feel free to sign up to SocialScan and explore the Hamara protocol side, where you'll see a like agent store, where some of the upcoming agents are already listed there, including story protocol, some influencer trading agent, etc., etc. Yeah, we'll roll out them in the next few months, and just stay tuned with us.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Arthur. Yes, there will be a lot more fun things happening within the social skin project and community. So, friends, if you haven't joined yet, be sure to give them a follow. And also, this week we are raffling 100 social skin invitation codes to our Ultiverse Live participants. So, friends, be sure to join it and give them a follow. Join the Discord server for a chance to win the reward. And lastly, we would like to bring my phone to Emily from Linia. And yeah, Emily, actually, your last name spells like Linia, right? I so yeah, it's really really cute. Quite a great coincidence. So we would like to talk about the Linia Park campaign, because yeah, Linia has collaborated with so many projects, right? And we wanted to especially focus on opportunity created through the partnership between Linia and SocialScan. Thank you.
Uh, Sorry, I'm a little confused. The partnership, what opportunities are created between Linear Park and SocialScan?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would just be repeating the opportunity that we've been talking about before, right? Again, just what Social Week came out last week,
Mm-hmm.
and Linear Park is something you can continue to engage with every piece that opens up. So I think it started with MMO RPGs, and will continue on. So the way you engage is honestly go to it's layer3.xyz/linear-park. Don't go to any other URL. You will be scammed. But yeah, as Arthur showed on his demonstration, head over, do the SocialScan task. That's how you kind of interact with SocialScan through the Linear Park campaign. If you have a time machine, I guess travel back in time and go see SocialScan at Shanghai Meetup. You guys gave a lightning talk. I was not able to attend, unfortunately, because I don't live in Shanghai. But yeah, if anyone has time travel, that's also how you engage with SocialScan during the Linea Park campaign. Yeah, and then other things in the future, like as Arthur mentioned, we have like Easter eggs coming up. And I'm sure there'll be future collaborations down the line, but nothing public yet. That means I'm hinting at some alpha, but I don't have any. So for now, yeah.
I guess the trick is to stay engaged with the Linear ecosystem, and it definitely for us. Yeah. But Emily, why don't you talk about some upcoming Linear events?
Mm-hmm.
We'd be
Yeah,
curious
yeah.
to learn about that. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, so what's upcoming with Linea? So Linea is in Vietnam right now. So I'm in Hanoi for East Vietnam. So we're part of the hackathon. We have a waypoint event here in Hanoi if you'll be available. I think it's March 17th. Another opportunity to earn LXP. But anyways, yeah, the team will be around. I'm at a few side events giving like talks and workshops. Other IRL activations that are happening. So remaining waypoints, if you're in San Francisco, Warsaw, where else? Warsaw, Sao Paulo. I think we have one coming up in Seoul and Istanbul. And
Wow.
I don't know how many more. I hope that's all. There's 20. I've been doing this all simultaneously at the same time because Deadcoon is only one day. You know what I mean? But anyways, all that's happening. Linea will be at Token 2049 in Dubai. Um, I won't be there, but the rest of the team will. So if you're there, stop by, say hi, and things like that. But yeah, that's like activations, I guess. If you're interested in Linea's roadmap, like I said, Denkun is going to be happening for us sometime later this month. And then just moving forward, as always, doing like another audit on our smart contracts, which is super important. And then open sourcing our code as well, and like I guess on the path to decentralization, right? So yeah, it's all I have off the top of my head, but uh, things in store.
Thank you so much, Emily, for sharing. Yeah, the most recent one that is coming up is going to be on the 17th, right? St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be in Hanoi. And so, friends, if you, I know our audience are from everywhere, yeah, all over the world. So if you happen to be nearby, don't forget to go there and give Linia team a visit and also grab some merches. Okay, and yeah, before we wrap up today's session, do we have any additional information you want to share with our audience that we haven't covered yet?
Not that I can think of. I guess if you want to stay engaged, right? Linea's handle on Twitter is Linea BUILD. Do not follow Linea BUIDL
Ah,
or any variation on that. There's also just if your eyes are bad, just read very carefully. It's at Linea on Farcaster. Um, and yeah, that's kind of the places to live. Oh, I guess linea.build is the website. Um, yeah. Oh, and if you're interested in Linea Builders Club, then it's in our docs. So docs.linea.build. But that's for developers. I'm not sure what the audience is here, but it's kind of, you know, wherever you are at in your Web3 journey, be it builder, degen, enthusiast, there's a place for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested, but these days I can't write code anymore, so I don't have a GitHub records. But
Oh
would love
no.
to explore that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
maybe.
Ping me
Yeah,
afterwards and we could talk.
sure. Yeah, likewise for us, just follow us on Twitter, SocialScan slash dash IO. And yeah, stay tuned.
thank you so much, Emily and Arthur. Thank you for your time. And friends, yeah, glad that we have over close to 4,000 live views right now, and we'll have replays after these live sessions. So if you missed the previous part, no worries. We're always going to come back and do the replays for friends who just joined us on our Ultiverse live show. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Listen, Moonlight, we're going to end our live session over here. And to Emily and Arthur, feel free to click on leave a meeting to continue your day or take a break. Thank you. See you around next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okie dokie, friends. Okay, live session has officially ended. I'm going to go over our. Actually, we will do our replay first, right? And then we're going to do our. We will do our ending video over here. Where's our ending video? Let me find it. Take a look. Nice. Oh, we also got friends saying hello. Hello from Caribbean, Gian and Barrow. Bravo. Again and again. Thank you. Yeah, in Argentina, in the Caribbean, it's also in the morning time, right? It's like 7:59 right now in East Coast America. And let me take a look over here. Where is my... Okay, I'm going to find my replays. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, I forgot. Before that, we are actually going to do a quick ending video. Okay, don't forget. Where's our ending video? Where's our ending video? I think it's over here. Yes. Okie dokie, as an all-nighter, I'm going to continue to do my work. I think I have 2 articles that I need to translate and a few Twitter posts I need to write about, and also a bunch of messages, right? I need to reply, and collaborations ongoing. I'm going to say bye to our friends over here who are watching us on our YouTube live. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're also going to say bye to friends who are watching us on our Twitch live. Yeah, as always, we love you all from our studio. And we would like to say bye to friends who are watching us on our Twitter live or X live, right? Whatever you like to call it. We appreciate you for joining us today. Listen, Moonlight, I am going to end our live session and do our replays now. Okay, happy to have you again here. And this is our audio live show. We are here 7 days a week, believe it or not. This is Web3. So sleepless Web3. And we're definitely going to keep our life ongoing as well.